Alright, looks like the UFC has finally put together a co-main event for UFC 288, or though it appears there's been a lot of talk on Twitter, and we're going to break it down. Also, we're going to be breaking down some massive Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis news, but tune in for that at the second half of the video. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the like, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below. I'm trying to answer as many comments as possible, trying to talk to you guys, so leave it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure to answer. The question of the day is, what are you guys more looking forward to, the UFC event, with Sergey Pavlovich and Curtis Blades, or are you guys looking forward for that Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis boxing match that's going to happen on the same day? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm extremely curious what is getting more traction. But while we're talking about this Saturday night, yes, this Saturday night is a big night for combat sports, and for this tremendous occasion, we are going to be live on this channel watching the Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis fight, and maybe some of the UFC event we're going to see. Tune in for that. We're going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That's 5 p.m. Pacific time. Tune in right here. We're going to be doing a fight companion, watching the fight, commentating, so tune in for that. Without further ado, let's just get into the news. But before we do, make sure you guys check out Red. That is one of our biggest sponsors. Go check them out. They have a bunch of combat sports merch, a bunch of hoodies and shirts, so go check it out in the description. I'm going to be talking about more about that later in this video. Alright, UFC 288, we did a video talking about this yesterday, trying to come up what was going to be the co-main event. Now, if you guys have been following the channel for the past couple days, you guys will be up to date on the story, but for those of you guys that have just kind of woke up under a rock, I'm going to break it down for you. So UFC 288 headliner Aljamain Sterling, Henry Cejudo, great fantastic main event, but the co-main event was going to be Charles Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. Now, this is a #1 contenders fight in the lightweight division. Charles Oliveira just losing his belt, Beneil Dariush being the clear #1 contender and could arguably have had a title shot already. Clear fight to make, and was a fight that I was looking forward to, but Charles Oliveira pulled out with an undisclosed injury. However, the good news is that we only have to wait a month. Yes, an extra month, June 10th, UFC 289. That'll be a co-main event to Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena 3. But Dana White came out Saturday night after that Max Holloway fight with Arnold Allen and said, hey, that they are working on a co-main event, and said that they're going to be working on it throughout the weekend.
Because we're working on it now. We're actually working on it tonight. And I just told Sean we'll get together on Monday and button this up.
Now, this is because, honestly, the card is a little lackluster without that co-main event. It's clearly just missing something. So the UFC right now is scrambling, trying to find a worthy co-main event. And honestly, throughout yesterday, there's been a lot of talk on Twitter, especially with Gilbert Burns. Now, I think it's safe to say whatever this co-main event will be, it will definitely involve Gilbert Burns in some way or another. Now, to me, the best ideal fights for Gilbert Burns is Belal Muhammad and Colby Covington. Now, there hasn't been any talk of Colby Covington. However, he has been promised the next title shot, so maybe they're just saving him for Leon Edwards. But Belal Muhammad has been active on Twitter, so it turns out that this fight with Belal Muhammad probably won't be made because of a weight issue. Now, Gilbert Burns wants this fight at 170 pounds to be a clear #1 contenders fight. Both of the guys to make weight, since that is the division that they fight at. But Belal Muhammad says, hey, he's not in shape. He needs to have it at a catch weight. Now, the catch weight hasn't been revealed yet, but I assume it'd probably be 175 to 180 around there. Now, Gilbert Burns could make 170 easy. Gilbert Burns is just coming off of a training camp, right? Like, he just fought Jorge Masvidal a little over a week ago, so he'll easily be able to make 170 by May. Now, Belal Muhammad hasn't fought since October, and it seems like Gilbert is not open for a catchweight, which I really don't get. It really seems like, to me, Gilbert wants a bigger fight than Belal Muhammad, a bigger name. Like, if it's up to Gilbert, you see him fighting the Jorge Masvidals of the world, the Khamzat Chimaevs. Yes, Khamzat is a tough fight, but he has name value, and I think Gilbert understands the importance of fighting someone with name value. So I think that is why he doesn't want to fight Belal, not necessarily the weight. A lot of people are pointing out how he did offer to fight Khamzat Chimaev in a catchweight of 185 pounds, which I guess isn't really a catchweight, but you know what I mean. So while it looks like this fight isn't happening, there is a fight that looks like it is almost done. That fight is Gilbert Burns versus Dustin Poirier. Like, yesterday I did talk about Dustin Poirier. I wasn't really 100% sure if he would be on this card, but it looks like, man, he is interested. Dustin is willing to fight at 170. As we know, he last beat Michael Chandler at 155. And Dustin has said, hey, that he's a pretty big lightweight and that he doesn't really like to cut too much weight and that he can see himself fight at 170 at some point. And this is an interesting matchup to me because, #1, Gilbert will have a massive size advantage. I mean, he is a big welterweight, extremely strong in the wrestling department, and Dustin Poirier said himself on Twitter that he is not in fighting shape. So I think you gotta go with Gilbert Burns so far in this one. I'm kind of leaning towards him. I think a lot of people are saying that, hey, Dustin is going to win, and yes, Dustin is an amazing fighter. However, I think the weight advantage will definitely help Gilbert a lot. Gilbert could strike. Gilbert has really good wrestling. My guess is going to be Gilbert Burns by decision. However, another important thing to mention is that Dustin Poirier is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so that could help him maybe defend against some of the submissions of Gilbert Burns. We've seen fighters like even Kamaru Usman be afraid to go to the ground with him, so it'll be an interesting fight if that does happen. I think on the feet, you got to give Dustin Poirier the edge, even though Gilbert does have a lot of power. We're going to see how that fight goes down. It doesn't really make sense other than the fact that it is kind of a fun fight, but there's no stakes involved. I think the Bilal Muhammad fight makes some more sense, and I think ideally whoever wins that fight should probably just get a title shot because Colby has kind of just sat around, and both these guys are willing to step in on short notice, so I think that's what makes sense. However, I think the problem is that they also don't want to guarantee a title shot to the winner, so it's going to be complicated though. This is all very fluid, and honestly tomorrow there might be a new answer to who the co-main event is. However, it is looking like Dustin Poirier, Gilbert Burns, so let me know what you guys think of this co-main event. I mean, this is an exciting co-main event to me because I do like both fighters. Both guys are extremely talented. However, I just think because of the size advantage from Gilbert Burns, plus he is coming off of a training camp, I think all the advantages go to Gilbert Burns. However, I do think a lot of people are picking Dustin Poirier for some reason. Like, I do see a lot of people on Twitter picking Dustin Poirier to win this matchup, saying he's going to finish Gilbert. I think a lot of people aren't considering the size advantage. Though Dustin is a big lightweight, like I said, there's so many question marks. Maybe it'll change by the time the fight comes around. This is just my raw reaction. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who wins this matchup? Is this a good co-main event? Is this going to make up for the card? Like I said, leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and let's move on to this Ryan Garcia news. Alright, you know it's a good day when we have a sponsor. The sponsor of today's video is actually a sponsor I'm super excited to work with is Arete. Arete is a streetwear brand from the UK that has designs inspired by mixed martial arts. They have designs inspired by fighters like Darren Till, Paddy Pimblett, and so much more. The people over there were nice enough to send me a hoodie of my own. As you guys could see, you know, it says kill everybody. Like, seriously, I had no idea what these hoodies were gonna look like, but I was insanely surprised. These hoodies look dope as hell. Look, if you guys want to go check out their designs, which I really suggest you guys do, go hit the link in the description and use code JACK10 to get 10% off of your order. That means you're gonna help me as well as help yourself because you're gonna get some dope ass merch while also getting a massive discount. But let's just get back into the video. Alright, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis facing off this weekend. I've done a lot of talking about this on the channel. Like I said, just a reminder, we are going to be live on this channel right here on Saturday night at 8 p.m. watching a little bit of UFC, a little bit of Ryan Garcia. We're going to be reacting to all of it. Now, as I always say when discussing this fight, you got to give respect to both Ryan and Gervonta Davis because it is rare for two undefeated superstars like themselves to fight each other in boxing. So a lot of respect to both of them because they both have a lot on the line this Saturday night, and that's what makes this fight so exciting. However, you know, we saw in the press conferences they kind of went back and forth at each other. You could tell they both respect each other as fighters, but they definitely want to trash talk a little bit, getting under each other's skin, if you will. Well, it looks like that this has taken another step forward because Ryan Garcia just said that he is willing to bet his whole purse that he will beat Gervonta Davis.
Want to bet?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
The whole
Let's
purse.
do it. The whole purse.
Yeah, you hear that? That's a bet.
Yes, let's bet. You hear me on the live. Let's bet.
So everything
For sure.
that you. So you
I know. Let's go. Let's make a contract. Let's sign it, both of us. Let's do it.
Now, we've seen this done before. We saw it with Jake Paul, of course, betting KSI and betting some of his other opponents. And typically, I hate this betting shit. Like, I just think it's kind of stupid. Like, nobody cares. Like, is anyone actually going to be like, yeah, let me go buy this pay-per-view now that the purse is on the line? I usually don't care. But you could just tell Gervonta is extremely confident. Why wouldn't he be? I mean, the guy has more experience. The guy's fought better competition. I mean, respect to Ryan Garcia because Ryan seems to be doing a lot more to make this fight happen than Gervonta is. But personally, I'm so far going to pick Gervonta Davis. However, I do want to study a little bit more film before making my prediction, as I always do, because I haven't really done a deep dive yet. I can see, honestly, either guy's knocking each other out because this is a big, powerful fight for such a light guys, like 135 pounds, I believe. But the purse is on the line, and I'm curious to see how this will affect the guys, especially going into fight week. There's going to be more animosity, more stress. Now, typically, I will say, usually when there's these bets, they usually don't come into fruition because usually their team stops it and their management. Usually this is just for the public. We saw it with Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, nothing really happened. Normally, these bets never actually go through because they're stupid, right? Because why wouldn't you? I mean, this is a massive fight. Go make your money, guys. You both are going to need it when you're 80 years old, so you're not fighting like Evander Holyfield. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make your money and keep it now. But let me know what you guys think of the fight coming up. Who is going to win, Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are always very supportive. Make sure to check out the live stream on Saturday. Also, check out the sponsors in the link in the description. We have Audible, Red, all of that. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are truly amazing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.